Today I'm here at Mazda of Port Charlotte, Florida with a very unique vehicle. This is 2025 Mazda 3 hatchback. And what's so special about it? It has a manual transmission. Out of 4 hatchbacks that are remaining on the market, the Toyota Corolla, Honda Civic hatchback, and Golf, this is the only one available with manual transmission. Now, of course, not including the Toyota Corolla GR, but nevertheless, it makes this unique. And today, I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out outside, inside, technology, and the test drive. So if you enjoy watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. And now let's get back to this. The Mazda 3 is available as a sedan or a hatchback. The hatchback, in my opinion, is the more interesting value proposition. Well, let's take a look at the design. It features a long and flat hood that ends with this black grille. It has the Mazda logo right in the middle. We have the LED lights. The bottom of it is finished in matte black. And let's take a look and see what's underneath the hood. Two 2.5-liter engines are available for Mazda 3 for 2025 model year. One is naturally aspirated, which is what I have for you today, with 191 horsepower, mated to either a 6-speed manual or 6-speed automatic transmission, as long as you get the front-wheel drive options. The turbocharged models produce 250 horsepower and are only available with the automatic transmission. Now, let's check this out. What else we have? We have some sound insulation. Definitely going to check out the quietness of the ride of this vehicle while driving at the end of this video. And we have this ugly prop stick right here on the side. If we go around the corner, you can see this so typical to Mazda, different hatchback style. Now we have totally different hatchbacks, right? We have the Honda Civic hatchback, which looks mostly like a fastback. The more traditional one is the Toyota and the Golf. And we have this kind of in between, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit concerned about this bulkiness in the back to see if it's not going to block a lot of view, to have a huge blind spot in the back, but I think I've driven one before. But anyways, we're going to check that out while driving. 172 inches is the length of this vehicle, so it is a compact hatchback. This premium trim level is equipped with an 18-inch gloss black wheels, looking nice. Everything else is color coordinated. Okay, so a lot of vehicles have the black cladding at the bottom. We only have this tiny side skirt that you can barely see, but that is right there at the bottom. That's in black. Everything else is Snowflake white pearl. That's the color of this vehicle. Turn signals, blind spot assist, keyless entry. The bottom of the windows is covered with chrome, top is covered with black. We have the regular sunroof on this vehicle, and if you're looking for a key fob, this is what it is. On the side we have the lock, unlock, no power hatch, and you push this for the panic button. That's your new Mazda key fob. So going around this vehicle, you can see the back end, fairly sporty. Nice LED lights. We have the Mazda, of course, in the middle, third brake light, rear wiper, dual exhaust. Let's see how much room we have on the inside. Let's get this gate open. I unlock the vehicle. The lights are on, nicely glowing here. And let's see what's going on. So here in the back, definitely have more room than in the sedan, and it's probably easier to load as well. Quite a bit of room here. Let's see if we have the spare tire underneath here. I know a lot of people like to have the spare tire, and that's what Mazda offers you, a temporary use spare tire. Now, you can remove this cargo cover, and of course, you can fold down the seats to have even more space. But this is all that's going on here in the back. Okay, we can lock it. Actually, look at this. That's the button that I close it. Did it lock it? Well, I have the key on me, so probably that's what happened. Well, let's take a look on the interior, because that's where Mazda really shines. And what I mean by that is when you look at this rear door panel, for example, you can see that Mazda is going after the premium customer using the high quality materials. This is all nice and soft, leather wrapped. You have some chrome, you have some shiny black, you have different patterns on it. And on the inside, you see red leather, really nice, really smooth, and really comfortable as well. Now we have this middle console with the 2 cup holders. The passenger seat features seat back storage. Here's a couple negatives on that. No rear vents. here and this big hump right in the middle. It's going to make the third person in the back uncomfortable. This is a compact vehicle, but let's see if I can fit behind myself. And what I mean by that is I adjusted the front seat to my regular driving position. Now, on a good day, I'm almost 6 feet tall, 5'11", but if I put shoes on, probably closer to 6. And yes, somebody once told me manage your expectations, and this is a compact vehicle. I definitely don't have enough room for my knees and the back. I have about 2 inches above my head and a reasonable amount of space as far as the shoulder room, so that's not an issue. But if you're taller and you're planning to carry your taller friends with you, that might be an issue for them. Not as much for you because you can adjust your seat to whatever you want. And before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door to see if the quality matches the sound. Oh, that wasn't strong enough. Boom. It's okay. Actually, I was expecting a little bit better sound, but let's take a look and see what's going on the front door panel. Same thing, same materials as in the rear door panel. Now we have an addition of a Bose branded stereo with some aluminum speaker covers, and we have the window mirror lock controls, a little bit more storage down here at the bottom, and of course we have the power adjustments on the seats. Now the seats are on the sportier side, but they're not super bolstered or uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, they are very comfortable and smooth. They are perforated in the middle and they're solids on the side. And let me jump inside. I'll show the rest of this interior. And before I tell you all about this interior, let's listen to the sound of the closing door from the inside. That sounded actually a lot better. So let's take a look at this interior. As you can see right away, Mazda goes with the traditional style instrument cluster, which is pretty much all analog. There's some digital displays on the side as far as the miles per gallon, your trip, your range, and the temperature, but everything else, including this big speedometer right in the middle, is analog. You have the analog tachometer on the left-hand side, and you have the gas gauge and the temperature gauge on the right-hand side. Now, the steering wheel is nice and sporty. It's good to the touch. It's leather wrapped. It has some stitching on the inside and a bunch of buttons in the typical fashion for all the modern cars. So you have the source for your audio volume control. You have the voice control, phone and info button. You can also set your cruise control and select the gap between you and the car in front of you. That's what's going on here. Let's move on to the infotainment system. Now, a lot of manufacturers are going with those huge screens, and we're talking about 10, 12-inch screens on some of them, especially the Korean ones like Hyundai and Kia. Mazda has the 8.8-inch display, which is not very impressive, and they still use their old infotainment system, which some people love, some people hate. It is not touchscreen. It has wireless Android Auto, but even once you put it in the wireless Android Auto, it is not touchscreen. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. The options here is information, fuel efficiency monitor, vehicle status monitor. You know, just use the back button. You have the entertainment, communications, navigations, and settings. That's basically what's set up in here. And then your clock. 12:06 p.m. on the right-hand side, you can see Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and we still have this film on it. So, I mean, it's not dirty or anything like this if you're asking about it. No, it has this film that's to be removed by a customer who buys it. So if we look at this navigation system, it's going to default to Android Auto, which I connected my phone, but I'm so used to doing a touchscreen that it's kind of inconvenient for me not to be able to use it. Now, I understand that this trackpad right here, it's a lot closer and it's a lot easier for some people to do. So I'm not gonna like completely ding it. For me, it would be an inconvenience, but a lot of people like it. Here's another thing. If I put this vehicle in reverse, look at the size of this rear view camera. Now, this is definitely not the biggest one. The quality is good. They could just extend it. See, the screen extends up to here, the viewable screen. You just extend it up to here. That would be so much better. You have trajectory lines that are not active. So as I turn the steering wheel, the trajectory lines stay the same. The one nice part about it, though, is when you put it in reverse, you can see the mirror, you know, go down to see what's on the road behind you. So which is really nice. I mean, my wife actually likes that feature and we miss it on our current vehicle. Now, as far as the quality of materials though, look at this. This is a leather wrap. This is the same materials as you have on your seats. This is nice and soft plastic. So this premium feel definitely, gives Mazda a lot of points. You also have the head-up display, as you can see, hopefully. So right now we have the 0 miles per hour. Now scrolling down here, that's where you adjust your temperature for your climate controls. You have the dual zone climate control and heated seats in the front, wireless charging pad, cup holders, and yes, a manual transmission, 6-speed. What's really nice about it, guys, it's really easy to shift. It's a short shift transmission, okay, and it's good to the touch. It kind of gives you that in control feel. And down here at the very back, you have the trackpad. That's basically the dial that allows you to adjust different features of it. So you have your navigation back home and media, volume control, seek track, favorite button. You have the parking brake and the auto hold. Now, I'm not really liking this shiny black material here. I think it's a fingerprint magnet, but that's just me. A little bit more storage here, including 2 USB Type-C holders, or chargers, I should say, and the engine start stop button. Now, what's interesting, see now the park is on. I'm trying to drive this vehicle, right? So I'm gonna hit this park button right here, okay? And it says, hey, depress the brake pedal, even on the manual transmission, which is kind of strange. I think this should be done differently, because if I put it in gear, but don't press the brake pedal, I can't release the parking brake. Anyways, that's just, something very, very minor that, I've noticed on this vehicle. Frameless mirror. Now we have the regular lights here. Are they turning on? Yep, they're LED lights. And then we have the sunglasses holder, the regular sunroof, tilt and slide for the sunroof, and we have the illuminated mirrors, and this completes this interior tour for this 2025 Mazda 3 hatchback. Let's talk about pricing. Take it for a spin. So with the Mazda 3 hatchback, we have the 2.5S starting at $24,950, 2.5S Select Sport $25,990, 2.5S Preferred at $27,690, then the Carbon Edition at $30,560, and the Premium, which I'm sitting at right now, at $30,650. Now, this is the sticker for this particular one. It starts at $30,650, and we have the black lug nuts, the cargo net, cargo mat, Snowflake white pearl paint, charge, rear bumper guards black, and total price for this vehicle is $32,830. I think it's worth mentioning too that the mileage on this 26 in the city and 36 on the highway combined is 30. And the very important thing, I think, for a lot of people is that for this vehicle, final assembly point is Japan, country of origin for engine and transmission. They're both Japan. So the quality should definitely be here. Price-wise, well, I think the Honda Civic hatchback starts at about $27,000. If it's the non-hybrid ones, only get 150 horsepower. I think the Toyota Corolla hatchback might be slightly less expensive. Definitely Golf, which is available as a GTI or R, is going to be more expensive than this, or just about the same price range. So let's take a look and see how this vehicle drives. I've driven this around before, and I'm going to tell you, I like where this shifter is. And this is very important for a manual transmission vehicles, for the shifter not to be too high or too low, and the shifter to be just the right size. Unlike the automatic transmissions where you set it and forget it, this, you're going to be pedaling and shifting all the time, which is, very nice. By the way, short shifts, short shifter. The pedals, there are 3, of course, for the clutch, brake, and gas. They're set up enough apart, but not too wide, making it sporty, but not overly aggressive, where you have to wear the special sporty shoes or narrow shoes in order to not to hit the other pedal. So, I'm wearing my regular sneakers, having a perfect amount of room for that. Let's merge in traffic here. Very enjoyable. and quiet too. I think when I test driven the sedan, it was an automatic transmission, non-turbo as well. So basically the same engine, but with a 6-speed automatic. I found this to be a lot more noisy than the stick. Maybe just something that I imagined. There's a little hum from the road coming into the cabin, but nothing too bad. Now let's take this corner right here. And all right, we have a stick shift. Let's check out the acceleration. Probably not going to be able to do full 0 to 60, but let's do what we can do. Sorry. Yeah. So the traction control was on. We still had some wheel spin. All right, so we have this empty stretch of road. I want to see if I can accelerate without actually spinning the wheels and still have a pretty decent acceleration. Well, it's almost impossible, especially when you have a torquey engine with the manual transmission. The wheels will spin most of the time, and that's probably it's going to cost you an extra few $100 for tires. Well, if you ask me, I mean, that's well worth it. However, now I was thinking about it, you know, whether I like driving stick shift, I like driving manual transmission. I certainly think that they have a place in the marketplace right now, but with the amount of traffic and with the amount of miles that I drive, to me personally, it wouldn't make any sense. I mean, I put about 50,000 miles in the year. A lot of it is sitting in traffic, and pedaling, that would be tough. Although this, I gotta tell you, it feels really good as far as the shifts. The visibility front is great, but as I was afraid, when I look in the back, this bulky back end of this vehicle really makes it hard to see through the blind spots. And Mazda have small mirrors. They have mirrors kind of a tear-shaped on the outside. So the visibility, yeah, you can get used to it, but it's not the greatest. Although I'm used to the SUVs with the bigger mirrors and a lot more windows in the back. But overall, a very pleasant, easy to drive vehicle. If I were to complain about something that I do on most of the Mazdas, is this infotainment system. I know some people love it. I don't find it very easy to use, and I think that at least it should have the ability to switch over to the screen, touchscreen. And I'm pretty sure that somebody in the comments is going to say, well, you can do it if you go through some settings. Well, I went through some of these settings and I couldn't find it, so maybe I just didn't find the right settings to flip it to the touchscreen. Or maybe it's a Apple CarPlay, as I've heard from somebody as well too, that only Apple CarPlay will make it a touchscreen. Well, whether it's true or not, I don't know. If you know, help me out, put it in the comment section. Yeah, very nice. Well guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you learned something about this brand new 2025 Mazda 3 hatchback. Let me know what your thoughts are, whether you like it or don't like it, and would you buy a manual transmission or stick with the automatic? Once again, thanks for watching. If you like videos like this, don't forget to comment on this video, subscribe, hit that like, bell notification, bell button, the whole 9 yards, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.